Hello and welcome to your Washington, D.C. area real estate market report for December of 2025. I'm Edward Slavis with the Slavis Group of LPT Realty, and let us begin as always with interest rates. For the last 3 months, interest rates have been fairly flat at just about 6.25. This week, the Fed did announce another quarter point rate cut, but that was already more or less factored into the mortgage rate market. However, most analysts are predicting several other Fed cuts in the coming year. So most analysts again are predicting that mortgage interest rates will drop below 6 and be somewhere near 5.5 by the end of next year. The 30-year average though for a fixed rate loan is 6.29. Our clients are seeing slightly better than that, with the best clients seeing right around 6, again for that 30-year fixed. If you're curious as to what you would qualify for, please let us know, and we are happy to introduce you to one of our preferred lenders. Now, as this is December, kind of want to talk about what we saw in the market the entire year in terms of the total volume and the speed of the market. So this first chart is showing all new listings in the DC metro area, so the Beltway, for the last 5 years broken down by month. And as you can see in 2021, and these would be from December through November, so December 2020 through November of 2021, I put the numbers here in red for the total of new listings. The high point was 2021 with 7,962 new listings. Rates started increasing in March of 2022. We had 6,700 listings, and the last 3 years, it's been more or less flat at right at 4,600 listings. Only 100 more this year than last year. So more or less flat the last 3 years. But the total volume of new listings is down 41.5% from 2021. If we look at the homes that sold, we see a similar shape here for this chart. Looking at the numbers, the max was in 2021 with 6,653 sold, down to 3,990, or down 40% from the peak in 2021. Again, the last 3 years, nearly identical at 3,900, almost 4,000 properties sold. Again, 40% down from that number. So if we take our listed properties, our sold properties, and look at that ratio, this is actually interesting because 83.4% of the homes listed in 2021 sold. It's not technically true, and some of the homes that would be listed in December would have sold in January. Some of the homes that sold, they've been listed and sold in a different year. But as a ratio of the number of listed homes to sold homes, 83.4% ratio. We're now at 85.6. So actually, for every listed home, there's actually a slightly higher number of sold homes now in 2025. The worst year by this metric was 2022, only 77.8% of homes sold. And the best year was actually 2023 with 87.2% sold. But overall, that is a somewhat comforting statistic, knowing that there are essentially the same percentage of buyers buying the listings. Right now, we suffer from a lack of inventory, and there's not more inventory because there are not more buyers. But this ratio is actually fairly consistent from the best year of 2021 to the current year of 2025. The factor on price, though, is as follows. This is the median sale for all home types in Washington, D.C. And as you can see, it climbs up every spring, slowly drops back down, has its low point in the winter, climbs back up, but it's still climbing year after year after year. So the median sale price keeps continuing to increase. And this is true if we break it down for, by property types. Red detached homes, the green line row homes, yellow line condos, etc. All of those are sloping up as you move to the right. So year after year, prices are increasing. Now, one thing about this is tracking the median over time, but the quality of the median can differ. What I mean by that is, in 2021, when rates were below 3%, you may have had all condition homes selling from a 1 to a 10. So maybe the median was a condition 5. Now, only the nicer homes are selling. And so maybe the 1 through 3 condition are not selling. 4 through 10 selling, and maybe the median is a 7. So you're comparing the price over time, but the quality of the home is also improving. So that partly explains this chart as well. This is also true on price per square foot. All 5 of these lines are climbing. So the homes that are successfully selling now, on average throughout the Washington, D.C. metro area, are selling for a higher median price than ever and a higher price per square foot than ever. Months of supply, also, broadly speaking as a market, is still pretty strong. If you see on the left side, it goes from 0 through 4. 0 months of supply means there are no homes available. 1 month of supply means that a red-hot seller's market. 1 month of supply or less. Between 1 and 2 is still a seller's market. Between 2 and 3, you start to become a more balanced market. So for DC Metro as a whole, we had 4 straight years of either a red-hot seller's market or a seller's market. The last year, more of seller's market to a balanced market. Now, this is the metro as a whole, and we always want to talk about micro markets and what that means. Are you selling a detached home in AU Park, where for the last 5 years, it has been more or less than 1 month of supply, so red-hot seller's market. The peak month was 1 single month with 3 months. Or are you trying to sell a condo in Trinidad where at one point it peaked at 20 months of supply? It is now dropping down below 10, in part because more and more condos are being pulled from the market because they've not sold and owners are choosing to rent them out, or they are choosing to wait for a better market. It is very easy to sell a detached home in AU Park. It is very difficult to sell a condo in Trinidad. So the micro market really, really matters. When we talk about the overall market statistics, what we want to do is a deep dive into a particular sub-market for any given buyer or seller. But what does all this mean? It means rates are coming down, albeit slowly. Every time it drops, it's easier for buyers to, money is cheaper, so it's easier for them to make an offer because at any given dollar, their monthly payment is less. It increases their purchasing power. The market is slower, but the homes are still selling. The same ratio of homes, even slightly higher now, of the homes listed are sold now as in 2021, which by all means was a red-hot market. But when we talk about a market, it's the micro market that matters more than the broader market. So you must know the statistics for the neighborhood and type of home that you're looking for, whether you're looking to buy or to sell. It is in general still a buyer's market. That is all, that is somewhat relative. But in this market, I would generally rather be a buyer than a seller, depending upon where it is. If you are thinking about selling, it is crucial that your home is properly prepared, priced, and marketed. If so, you will still get your price or higher for your home. With buyers, it is still a great time. Buy in now, and you'll be able to refinance as the rates come down. So if you or someone you know is looking at buying in the DC metro area or are looking to sell in the coming year, by all means, we would love to meet for a private consultation and share the relevant statistics, again, for that micro market in which you are looking to buy or sell. So if that applies to you or to someone you know, we'd love to be a resource for you. Again, thank you for watching. I'm Edward Slavis with the Slavis Group of LPT Realty. And as always, anything at all, just please reach out. Thank you.